Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to the Volumes YouTube channel to get more content just like this.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. I hope you're excited for the weekend. I know I am. Why, Aaron? Because week 0 of college football is here. That's right. The long dark of the offseason is finally over. And here, we're going to give you some week 0 best bets, put a little cash in your pocket, have a little fun this weekend. Aaron, what's up, dude? You excited?
It's football time, man. Week 0. It's been a crazy offseason. It's flown by, but we made it. We got some action this weekend. And like you said, man, if you want to put some cash on it, we're going to break down a few games to get your mind right for the upcoming weekend's action.
So I guess you could say we're looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, Aaron. And in keeping with that, we'll head over to Dublin, Ireland, because this weekend we got a college football game going down in Europe. Nebraska, Northwestern, who you got?
And this one, I like Nebraska. Obviously, Northwestern, rough season last year. Nebraska, you're like, oh, they weren't, record-wise that great. But overall, if you really break down the schedule and you break down those games, they were in every single ball game, it seemed like. They just couldn't finish it. So the one positive for me is Casey Thompson comes over from Texas, 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions last year. It's year 5 for Scott Frost. We keep talking about the hot seat. Is he on it? Is he not? Does he need a win? There is a sense of urgency. I am a believer in Scott Frost. This is the year for Nebraska. I believe it.
That's right.
It starts overseas. I like him with that 13.5 points.
If you listened to yesterday's show, you know how I feel on the Huskers, okay? Here's what I say to Northwestern. Shuck him. Nebraska minus 13.5. Easy. They beat that ass last year. Like you said, man, 56-7. My next best bet number 2 here, I'm rolling with the SEC. Give me Clark Lee and Vandy minus the 8.5 against Hawaii. Look, I love Timmy Chang, okay? It's very nostalgic for me to talk about Timmy Chang, as it is for many of you out there hearing Timmy Chang's name. And I think he will have success at Hawaii eventually, but with all the toxicity and all the departures, I just don't think that it's this year. And plus, Aaron, self-belief is a hell of a thing. Remember, Clark Lee told us at SEC Media Days, he fully believes Vandy's going to be the best team in the country, and that starts by beating a team that resides in a place that is technically part of the country. Yeah, Vandy's going to cover the 8.5 against Hawaii.
I would agree with you on that one. I'm going to stick with that game too and talk about the over under 52.5 right now. The great thing is Vanderbilt got out to the islands early. They've had time to adjust, get used to the time difference, get used to, I wouldn't say treat it like a bowl game, but they're enjoying themselves a little bit, ready to go for the action against Hawaii. It should be about, I think, a 5:30 kickoff local time. So mentally and physically, they will be ready to go. This is a better football team, especially with Mike Wright there at the quarterback spot. Hawaii was gutted, just absolutely gutted, lost the majority of their football team, lost majority of their starters. I think Vandy comes out hot. I think they dominate. I think they score a ton of points. Hawaii maybe gets a 1 or 2 late scores there in the fourth quarter to get over that 52.5 points.
Now, as you know, Aaron, here on The Volume, we are brought to you by Papa Colin and FanDuel. And thus, Colin Cowherd and FanDuel have teamed up to offer up some specials for this weekend, okay? And these last 2 bets we're going to give you, you have to act by the end of today, by the end of the day on Friday, okay, to take advantage of these deals. Give me your first Papa Colin special there, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm looking at LSU right now. I know a lot of people are a little bit nervous. Brian Kelly, year 1, the year they had last year. Let's not forget, 10 guys were drafted off that roster. There is so much talent in you, and know it more or better than anyone, T, but there's so much talent there in Louisiana. There's still so much talent on that roster. You got Brian Kelly, a stud coach, I think a top 5 coach in all of America, there to get things organized, to get these kids motivated, determined, and ready to go each and every week. I like LSU. I know they're in the West, and the West is tough. I think the West takes a step back a little bit from last year. Still a daunting schedule in front of them. But you look at guys like Kayshon Boutte. You look at guys like Malik Neighbors, B.J. Ojulari, Mason Smith. There are studs on both sides of the line of scrimmage. To me, I think this is an 8-win team, and I would not be surprised at the end of the day, looking at their schedule, you could see LSU winning possibly 9 games. So, yes, I am taking over that 6.5 win total for the season for the LSU Tigers.
Oh, damn, Aaron. I knew I liked you for a reason, man. I actually look. I legitimately do think that's a great bet. Maybe I'm too close to it, but I do. I also really like this. If we're talking sneaky value, I got you a little Papa Colin parlay here. Okay, and what this is, it's plus 750. Okay, so I like the return here, but it's Ohio State to win the Big Ten, it's Alabama to win the SEC, and then it's Utah to win the Pac-12. Now, obviously, we feel like Ohio State and Alabama are going to win their conference, right? Yeah, I mean that would make the most sense. Utah is kind of the one that you're maybe extending a bit for here, but then again, I mean Utah's a top 10 team, like they are the best team in the Pac-12. And if you look at Utah to win it alone, you're talking about plus 500 odds. So, if you believe Bama and Ohio State are inevitable essentially, why not take the extra juice? Push this to 750. That's the Papa Colin Conference Winner Parlay. And those are your best bets for week 0. Excited to do this every single Friday. Let's win some money with FanDuel and the volume.